think because of the red balls that are still lying on the table, I think Caesar's taking an extra minute just to decide how he's going to run around the table. Okay.
Beautiful shot there by Caesar. I think we can say it's gonna be 3-3.
I think he left himself quite a bit of angle now on his penultimate yellow. And he's running towards the black.
That looks like he has to a bit of a cut into the middle pocket. But yeah,
But executed beautifully. And that's Caesar on the black. About to make it 3-3 as he pots his black ball.
yeah, a beautiful and delicate finish there by Caesar. And it's 3-all. It seems like it's gonna be a very exciting match, not only for the spectators here, but for the viewers back at home.
Very quiet on the table whilst they are playing. Actually making it quite difficult for us as commentators because you have nerves commentating, but a beautiful atmosphere nonetheless, with all the eyes coming to see Jordan play Caesar. What I can say about the frame that we just had, um, it really takes someone of high quality to map out his pattern the way that Caesar done, because apart from potting a ball, the pattern with which you choose to play the balls are extremely important, if not the most important thing when it comes to this game. And I think Caesar showed us why he is regarded as the player that he is.
Another try break here from Jordan. He should be looking to try and break a bit differently in his next break, because that might cost him in the later parts of the session if he continues to try to break the right.
Especially because at this level, that is one of the factors that separates the two players. Both players can clear up quite easily, map out their patterns quite well, execute shots quite well. But when it comes to the break, you need to make sure that a ball is falling off your break.
Well executed shot there by Caesar. I think both those yellows pass.
I think he's just double checking his last ball to get onto the 8 ball. And yeah, therefore he decided to change his pattern. Beautiful call there by Caesar. It takes a good player to stop in the middle of feathering and stand up and decide differently. Other players might just continue with the shot and end up taking the wrong pattern.
And that's another break and finish there for Caesar.
The window is open and it calls you back to the window 1 point. The score of your high game
yeah, it's gonna be a tough task for Jordan in this instance, because every time Caesar, 4 out of the 5 times that he has come on the table, he has cleared up on the first visit. So Jordan needs to make sure that he keeps Caesar off the table, and even if he does let him on the table, it's not an open table, I must say. Yeah. So that's my score prediction. 15-14 to Jordan, hopefully.
Well, I guess we'll have to see what takes place.
And your prediction?
I've never been someone into giving score predictions, so I think I'll abstain from the question at
Oh,
present. But what I can say is that I think, like many around that's in the crowd today, everybody's here for just some good pool. Like many of you that have joined us today, we're here for some good pool, and just to see both these players give it the level best. And whoever comes out on top, then we congratulate that person. Whoever ever comes out with the loss, we take their hand and say next time, just go at it again. And I think that is what South Africa or Africa's pool needs in general. Um, when thinking about competing overseas, and like Caesar does so many times with the Chinese 8 ball, um, we need to get Africa's game up, Africa's game competitive, so that we have more players going over to the UK and China.
yeah, you mentioned China now. There's a 13th World Able Masters Grand Final happening in April, between April and May, in China, which Caesar will be participating in from the 27th till the 17th of May. But yeah, Jordan here with an opportunity, a rare opportunity, in fact, from Caesar's break. And let's hope he makes the most out of it. Reds only really have one problem ball, and that's the red on at the
That's
top of
nearest
the
to Jordan
table.
at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I'm also keen to see how he chooses to get onto that red ball, because there aren't many connecting balls, besides the one in the middle next to the yellow, um, that Jordan can perhaps just roll through and to the corner pocket and take the red that's in the cluster to the other corner pocket. Um, but if he doesn't land on that well enough, then I'm afraid that he has to manufacture something. But we both saw that he can do that quite well.
Jordan there with an excellent shot, just covering that pocket where most of Caesar's.
I think if Jordan is gonna go for game, his chance to go is a now.
Yeah, I think
As
yeah, that red that's closest to the three yellows there. I think it goes into the corner
it
pocket. Does
doesn't
it?
look like it
Or
does
did it
based on
go?
his body language. And so I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to put his red balls in positions where, should he get the opportunity to clear, it will be very easy to clear from there. And so they're engaging in a bit of a tactical battle. C's on the table right now.
Jordan there with a nice delicate nudge there on the black ball, um, making it available there for the middle pocket, and that's That's a decent shot there from Jordan, forcing Caesar to go for a different ball if he were to advance in this frame. Oh, that's a big mistake there from Caesar Chandinga. Um, this gives an opportunity to Jordan to try and make it 4-all. And also, what do you think you should do here with his free shot?
I think this is a very tricky one because both balls are now problem balls as they engage in the tactical battle. And so he doesn't have a choice but to try and open up both balls with his free shot. Because should he only open up one, he won't have the opportunity to pot the second ball. Or he'll have to manufacture something and it might just cost him the frame in the end. But Jordan win.
No, Jordan.
Jordan win.
Just when you thought there was nothing there for him, he shows you something absolutely brilliant. I mean, you know, he is one of Cape Town's finest young players. And that shot alone just shows you that Jordan is not a player to be messed with. He played it before. But yeah, after a shot like that from Jordan to free up both red balls, and I think um, he must be feeling very confident. Yeah, continuing here with this frame. It's gonna be an exciting match. Please stay tuned.
Very confident break there from Jordan win, but still to no avail as he lets Caesar back onto the table. And I think this is a very big problem not a big problem, but it's a problem that many pool players face because a break is largely just based on the roll of the ball, and it's not much that you can control. And so
Caesar very fortunate there, having just hit the white ball enough, even after a miscue, to be able not to foul. And Jordan has another opportunity, essentially off his break, since Caesar miscued there. Um, Yellows don't look too bad with that red tied up there next to the black. Um, Jordan they mistakenly thought that Caesar fouled there when he miscued. Um, do you think that's a cause of a bit of a lack of concentration there from Jordan's part?
I think it might be. Yes, I think the concentration and also just getting through your thoughts as you sit there waiting to come back onto the table. I think sometimes you tend to, as you work through your thoughts, you're already focusing on the frame as much. And I think Jordan got caught off guard there by that one, not expecting Caesar to miscue or make a mistake.
Yeah, no, I was wondering why he he went so recklessly over there with that with his first shot there on the table, but it's now understandable since he thought he had a free shot.
Pretty routine finish there for Caesar, as he's playing for the middle pocket next, and then to the very close to the corner as his last ball onto the 8.
Yeah, and all of that is because Jordan thought he had he had a foul when in fact he didn't, and he has essentially given this frame to Caesar to make it 5-4. And I hope this doesn't affect Jordan in any way, and he should just take it as a lesson to be more aware of what's happening on the table when he's not on the table.
One very important lesson that you need to learn early on as a pool player is you need to let your previous shot, especially when it was a mistake, just pass you. You need to forget about it. It's in the past. You move on from there, because the moment you start dwelling on that shot, where you messed up, how you messed up, what could have been, or what you allowed, and that is when it starts, the negative thoughts and the doubting starts creeping in. And as a player, that can really get the better of you in a race to 15, such as the one they are playing right now. And for those that have just joined, this is a race to 15. Caesar Chandigarh versus Jordan Wynn. Caesar leading 5 frames to 4, and it's Caesar to break now.
Another rare opportunity there for Jordan off a Caesar break. And I think this is what happens when you don't let Caesar run away with it. You know, you will get your chances here and there, and not allowing him to free flow. Um, it can give you a chance in the game.
Very tricky shot that Jordan Wayne attempted there, but left with no choice with the cue ball lying next to that very ball that he played. And for those that haven't played on these Super Pro tables yet, the corner pockets are not very forgiving, and therefore you have to be quite accurate to pot a ball in general. So when someone like Caesar and Jordan clear up the table, they are really exhibiting a high level of skill in the way, in the manner that they do it.
Caesar here straight off attacking the 8 ball that's currently tied up, and just giving it a little nudge to be able to pot it in the corner pocket there. That just shows how much of an excellent player Caesar is. You know, you always see that the UK players, they always say attack your problem ball. You know, you don't just shoot one ball just to pot. And he realized that, you know, that 8 ball is a problem to him, will be a problem to him later on in the frame. So he dealt with it as early as he could.
Not out of the woods yet. Created a little bit of a problem with the yellow ball that's tied up with the red. Tell me, can he cut this now towards the corner pocket? I think he can. Beautifully played and executed, but he leaves himself with a plant.
Yeah, not an easy plant, but I think a player of Caesar's level should be able to get this plant. As I said, excellent shot there from Caesar.
Caesar taking 2 frames in succession, going up quickly 6-4, and as Jordan win on the back heels or back burners once again.
Jordan again there with the front ball break. I mentioned this when it was 4-all, where I said Jordan should be able to notice that my brakes aren't really that working for me now, and he should try and change his brakes up, because yet again, after a dry break, he has now went in off the brake, giving a Caesar a free shot.
A very delicate finisher for Caesar. With the ball that is I don't think he has. Do you think he has enough angle to get
Yeah,
across to take
I think he's
his
just gonna.
next yellow to the previous pocket again?
No, I think he's just gonna roll this ball forward enough so he's able to take um the yellow cloak to the middle pocket.
Beautifully executed shot. I don't know if he intended that, but it worked out well for Caesar there.
Yeah, I think he played just to land in that general area to give him the options for one or two balls. But I think that ball that he just landed on is the ball that he wanted to land on. Yeah, and I think that was the shot here to win this frame, potentially making it 7-4 in favor of Caesar. A chance here for Jordan, and a tough chance here. Uh, yeah, Jordan here with a chance, not an easy one, but if he's able to see that red to the middle pocket, oh, he has a chance here.
Setting himself up for the double drop there, and just throwing it back slightly so that he can take one of those 2 balls to the other corner pocket. But this is not a very easy shot. But Jordan, when executed beautifully under the pressure that he is, being 6-4 down, and I think that opens up the game for him to
Yeah,
take this one out.
yeah, and still also controlling the white and pulling it back just slightly so that he has the option of one of the 2 balls, the two reds next to the black, to put it into the opposite corner. Jordan there with another opportunity on that table. mistake there from Jordan.
And I think he managed the frame quite well to play the snooker earlier. But I think being over ambitious now to come around and use the English that he tried to use there, whereas he could have just worked out a much simpler way of taking out that frame.
Yeah, and small decisions like that can cost you the frame against the players of the level of Caesar. And yeah, Caesar here with a straight black into the corner pocket. Played a lovely shot on the yellow to be in this position.
Caesar Chandiga going up 7 frames to 4. Jordan Wayne just taking a break, just getting some fresh air. Not a bad call from his end. Shows a level of maturity that sometimes you just need to walk, get your mind clear, come back to the table, and just do what you know you can do. For those of you watching the ATA live that are in the surrounding areas,
Chalk for players of all levels. Scorpion chalk is the best tool.
Passion.
so I think Caesar's just trying to determine which he would like to go about best, or would be easiest for him to go about. Looks like he's choosing a raids. And just trying to find that gap there between the two yellows so that he can cut the red on the rail to the corner pocket. I'm not quite sure if he's on it, but from his body language it looks like he gets it quite easily through. And a beautiful shot there from Caesar, giving him the opportunity to take out this frame.
But it seems like he's forced here to play a plant onto one of the raids. Um,
Bason, tell me what does Jordan do differently now? What does he do to get his foot back into this race?
I think he has to make it into a tactical game. In one of the frames where he made it 3-all, it was a bit of a tactical game, and he waited until he got an opportunity to try and go for game, and I think that's what he should go back to, and because the strategy of trying to go fire for fire often doesn't work. Sometimes you need water to beat the fire.
I like that analogy there from you, Bason. And I would agree with you. That pound for pound going into this match, you know the caliber that Caesar brings to the table, and as much as you want to bring your A game, because you can pull off finishes, it might this specific race might just need to take your foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah, because what separates the good players to the great players is the consistency in which they take out finishes, and Caesar is one of those players where you can 8 out of 10 times you will pull out a finish, and we've seen that against many players such as Aiden, um, Jerry from time to time, and other players. Even yesterday against Jordan, he probably pulled off 7 finishes out of that 11 frames that he won.
Caesar likes to go with yellow, and for those that are just joining in now, welcome to the 88 live. The score at the moment is 8 frames to 4 frames with Caesar leading, and it's a race to 15. We're out in Cape Town, Castlesvlei, more specifically at the Ultimate Pool Center, and this is the Caesar Chandigarh Tour. And I think we're heading into the type of frame that you exactly spoke about to mention now, Bason. That Jordan now has opportunity to play a tactical battle, to try and put his reds in a decent enough position to give him the finish. Should Caesar mess up or allow him that finish?
And playing a strategic game, a tactical game, a defensive game, can be mentally tasking to a player. Jordan's only 19 years old, celebrated his birthday yesterday. With how much experience he has, how do you think he can deal with the mental strain that playing a defensive game can have?
Yeah, I think you touched on quite an important point, because when you're at the age of Jordan, I think you are at default just going to try to pull off finishes. You're just always going for the finish, and so I think it takes a certain level of pool maturity and experience to pull back slightly, and play the tactical battle and wait it out and ride it out. And I think that is perhaps where the problem lies at the moment. Jordan has the conflict, or the inner conflict of, do I pull the trigger or do I hold back a little? And I think his age, as was just mentioned, has a lot to do with how he's going about it. At the one where Caesar on the other end, 24 years old, well established in this game, comfortable in his skin at the moment, knows exactly what he's getting into. But a rare mistake there from Caesar as he tries to clear up the table, and Jordan has a big opportunity to get himself back into this race.
Yes, and he needs this frame to at least be in the fight to try and make this a closer battle than what it seems now, because 9-4 and 8-5 is two different score lines. Lovely shot there from Jordan, taking Caesar's yellow off the table that he might have used to try and break out that yellow that's tied up in the top cushion there.
Pure class from Jordan Wayne, if you ask me. Simply just because it's blackboard rules, and with blackboard rules, you are able to park balls in the pocket. And so instead of trying to go for the finish, he elects to park his ball with a double across the table. And I think that's exactly what we needed him to do, or wanted him to do, to try and get himself back into this game.
Yeah, as I said, a more tactical approach against a player of Caesar's quality, it makes it more of a level playing field. And I think that's exactly what's happening right now. Well, with Jordan, I would say is in control here in this frame with his red surrounding the black and also covering the pocket with one of the yellows of Caesar close by. I think Caesar might play a snooker here to try and force Jordan to play that one and only red that's covering the pocket. We're here with one of the finest juniors in Cape Town at the age of 15 years old, Imad Seville. Do you have something to share there with the ATA viewers?
How are you finding this Jordan versus Caesar match?
The finishes, what is going is unbelievable. Caesar hitting finishes like miracles, but we never know. Maybe Jordan can defeat him.
Great.
Yeah, that's the under 15 blackboard champ right there of 2024.
I think Jordan trying to pull the trigger here. I'm not quite sure if the second red passes to the corner pocket to play the plant, and it does, and Jordan plays it perfectly. I think this could be his frame here, Bason.
Yes, definitely. And if he's able just to get the right positioning here from this ray that he's playing, I think this might definitely be his frame.
Jordan Wynn taking out a beautiful finish there as he is on the black to pot it and make the score 8 frames to 5 in Caesar's favor. And your call was right there, Bason. As soon as he engaged in a tactical battle, allowing him to move his reds around into decent positions, he could then ultimately get the finish at the end. Have we found a weak spot in Caesar's game at the moment?
I wouldn't say a weak spot, but I think any player that comes up against Caesar, unless you are able to go finish for finish, I think your best way to try and keep up or try and beat him is to make it a tactical game. Therefore increasing your chances in.
I can't come out now because I'm commentating, but if you come in here, you must walk. Yeah, walk all the way through the venue and you
Caesar, yeah, you can see he's, he's taking this finish out in a very quick manner.
And so I think this is one of the ways in which a high caliber player just shows a little bit of dominance over a player that might not be on their level, is they tend to either speed up the game slightly, or the shots, the intensity with which they play shots, increases slightly. Just to show that they still have a hold on the game and that they are the superior player. But as you can see, what just happened is that can also affect your game heavily because you aren't playing to the natural rhythm of the game which you have built up over the race so far. A foul there by Caesar, and Jordan likes to pick up the ball and use his free shot to pot one of his balls. And so he's definitely gonna go for the frame over here. Just needs to go about his work carefully and not fall into the trap that Caesar has put out by playing quickly.
Jordan here with an excellent chance to make it 8-6, cutting the deficit from what was 4 to now just 2. If he's able to take this last raid and 8 ball.
Jordan went about that finish beautifully, just to say, Caesar Chandiga, I am here. I'm not gonna be a walkover in this race.
You know, nobody here in Cape Town is an easy. No, you don't get an easy match here in Cape Town, and I think Caesar is starting to also realize that the players now have been warming up to him and have also now found it in themselves to not only play the name but to just play the table in which in whatever way it presents itself. And I think that's what Jordan succumbed to yesterday, where he played the name Caesar and therefore wasn't able to bring his game to the match.
And once again, Jordan cannot get a ball to drop on his break. Uh, I think it's quite a tricky one because you play so well when you have an opportunity to clear up the table. But there's unfortunately nothing you can do about a break. Balls just need to roll your way, and they aren't rolling for Jordan at the moment.
Yeah, as we indicated before earlier in the match, when we said he should be looking to change his break, um, because chances don't always present themselves when he breaks front ball break. So we should look into maybe switching to a cut, a second ball break or third ball break. Even some of Cape Town's players they hit the break from the fourth ball, um, providing a nice split.
So Jordan just opening up the game slightly for himself, but he still has a problem ball in the top table.
That's a beautiful shot there from Jordan. He has a chance here to take that ball to the opposite corner and also bringing the white ball. Oh, what a lovely shot there. He's playing a very confident game now. He's he's playing a very confident game now. But he should be able to also manage his emotions. Make sure with each and every shot. Because once you give Caesar a sniff in the game, he will punish. Wow, wow, wow. What a wonderful shot there from Jordan. Pulling the white ball back, hitting the bottom cushion and coming back for this raid. Um, this is a very important shot here for Jordan. Just a nice, delicate. Ooh, ooh. You wouldn't have gotten the black ball anyway, as if that yellow plays big. I'd like to welcome my fellow commentator, Marlon Levendal, University of Western Cape's finest player and current coach, former USA champion as well. How are you feeling today? How how's this match looking here for you?
Hi, good afternoon. Moving into the evening, Bason. Thanks for the lovely warm welcome. Um, no, I haven't watched the game really. Joining you now in commentary box, starting to watch it. Caught a couple of frames earlier on my way to the venue, and yeah, Jordan was getting out of the blocks early, so he pulled a few nice finishes. And now with the current scoreline being 9-6 to Caesar, I think we in for a cracker. With this being raised to 15, I think Jordan is still in close quarters. Maybe needs a couple of breaks to go his way now. Get a few chances just to stay in touch with Caesar, and yeah, we should be in for a lovely match.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate there with that last raid. Having just missed and stayed in the pocket there, and Caesar taking the opportunity to make it 9-6. How do you think Jordan should be handling now that he's 3 frames down with Caesar just needing 6 more to finish the game? And also, I know you said you only watched a few frames, but have you noticed that Jordan's break is not been really working there for him? Um, how do you think you should be able? What should he do differently?
Well, it all depends on the player and what he has in his catalog. Uh, Obviously, the breaks he has been practicing and what he is comfortable with. So, no suggestions from my side. I think just Jordan himself, he knows he needs a couple of tweaks in order for him to get better splits and even make one or two of the break. So, yeah, Caesar is pretty routine clearance now for Caesar. Think he played the pattern perfectly, leaving that for his last raid, and now this black to make it 10-6 to the Scorpion. Just want to mention also, Basona, I love the cozy feeling that is currently in the venue. Um, all focus uh, leading to one table, the crowd getting involved, and just the setup is beautiful.
Caesar
Um,
leading 10 frames to 6.
Thank you to to Ultimate Pool Center for making this possible and setting up this.
Yeah, someone's alarm here seems like it's their bedtime or something. But yeah, you can see now Jordan's going for a slight for the fumble break, but more to the side. And as I said, it's working now for him. He has dropped the ball for the first time in what seems to be from his three prior breaks.
Oh yes, but son, that was my alarm. Definitely not time to go to bed. Just time to get that extra drive in for the day. You know, this time of the day, people normally get a bit lousy. The day having the effect on them, but it is just a reminder for me to pick myself up and put some effort into the rest of the day. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that Jordan has gotten. It seems like he's arrived in the match. He's flowing a bit more. He seems to be playing more of his game that the Cape Townians are used to.
Yeah, I know Jordan is a all-around positive player. Always on the lookout for the attack. And yes, you can see in his demeanor that he's playing positively. That he won't just lay down and allow Caesar to kick him in this one. So yeah, um, he left himself quite a bit awkward now. Uh, don't know what position he will be playing for with that last yellow. Cue that beautifully for the middle pocket. Should be a routine finish for Jordan.
Oh, I wasn't aware that he could see that yellow, but that. Ooh.
He should be okay. I think the black goes to the middle pocket.
Uh,
Just needs to calm himself and get that one in.
I think it's a very thin cut if he's able to take it to the middle pocket, but I think that he has no other choice besides that. But let's see what Jordan does here, because he has no other choice but to take it into the middle pocket. Oh, I think he's looking here to go cushion first with the white ball and knocking the black in. And if he does this, I don't. I'm very scared for the roof for this venue. Oh, very close from Jordan there. Um,
That's really unlucky. Just for the white to end up that close to the black. Obviously, play to move past that red and get that black into the same middle pocket. Just unlucky there. I think Jordan, he knows the importance of this frame and the way Caesar has been playing. Um, he should comfortably be taking this one out. And yeah, I hope he doesn't eat Jordan for too long. And yeah, we know when the scorpion stings, it's painful.
yes, very true, very true. And he felt one of those things yesterday. As I said, final score of yesterday's final eight-man comp, 11-1 to Caesar against Jordan. Um, seems much of the same is kind of happening there today with Caesar now getting on to 11 frames and Jordan was 6. You can see Jordan is playing more like himself now than yesterday. But Caesar, even if you are on your day, Caesar's still a very, very tough opponent to beat. And I don't know what more do you need? What more does Jordan need to do?
I think he just needs to trust himself. Hoping that the chances will lean his way. With the way Caesar has been playing, there's not much he can do but to just make try and make as less mistakes. Looking at the scoreline, he shouldn't be making any mistakes at the moment. So yes, Jordan just called for a bathroom break. He will be back in a couple of minutes. Then the match will continue. For our
Caesar
viewers,
leads 11 frames to 6,
um,
race to 15.
scoreline is currently 11 frames to 6 for the Scorpion.
Later on, our next featured match would be Caesar versus Mabuti, race to 21. And then tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m., it is Caesar versus Toby Murray. Straight thereafter, we will go into the single tournament. The top 8 guys will battle it out in the single tournament. And then the late match for tomorrow evening is Caesar versus Damien, race to 21 as well.
Never give up, son. The fighter. Current score 11-6 with Caesar to break, and
I think in a game situation, this is exactly what Jordan needs. A couple of dry breaks from Caesar can definitely count in his favor. He just need to make sure that he capitalize on it when the chances present themselves, and he can be first on the table. I like the fact that Jordan is remaining positive. His approach to the table, um, always looking to clear it out, looking to create a chance, even when the balls is not clearly a layout for finish. But he remains playing positively. It's another beautiful one. Just taking that one, nudging it off the cushion. Um, I think the only ball he needs to work towards is the one that is currently closest to the black ball spot. And I think he might just get it. That's
oh,
a beautiful shot.
what a beautiful shot there from Jordan, and he attacked that problem ball as soon as he possibly could, and it has given him an opportunity to take this frame out. Whilst also he might be able to even nudge the 8 ball out here. Um, oh. He hasn't left Caesar
yes.
much here, which is a good thing, yeah. But you know, Caesar magic. Um, you don't know what he can do with whatever you give him on the table.
Yes, Caesar is always tactically one step ahead, um, especially in the black ball rule. He knows exactly how to move the white around, how to get his balls in a better position as his opponents, and then as well as leaving the opponents with awkward chances like the one he just left Jordan in. There's not much I think he can do from here. Okay, I see he had a clear pot there to the middle pocket. Now it's a matter of him getting to take out the ball at the bottom right hand pocket.
What a beautiful shot there from Jordan there. Very creative. Uh, you could see early on he was lining up the shot to where the white ball would knock onto the red and move towards where the yellow and the red was um, in the corner pocket. And that's a lovely outcome. Still some work to do here, but nonetheless a wonderful shot there from Jordan.
Yes, I just want to add on. I think he maybe just needed a nudge on the red also to take the red completely out of the pocket, which would have made it a bit easier for him. But with these capabilities, he should be taking this one out. Bit of a difficult cut to the top left corner pocket, and then the white should be going tracking towards the 8 for the black in the middle. Yep. Jordan win.
What a shot there from Jordan. Caesar there showing appreciation there for Jordan's shot. This boy can fight. He's not only there playing for himself, but he's playing for the fans that are watching. Which he holds his fans close to him as at the age of 19. Sometimes you don't want to sit there and alone and be with your own thoughts. You want to be able to look at your supporters and feel their energy. Feel the support and um, that resulting in them being able to push you and forcing you to elevate your game as well. And I think that's what Jordan is fighting for now.
11-7 Caesar lead.
Let's see if he's gonna keep up with a different break. There you go. He's going now for the cut break. Um, it just shows his maturity, realizing that the front row break wasn't really working for me, but and having the presence of mind to be able to realize, okay, I need to change my break. And also, he's been winning the tactical affair when the balls are laying out more compact. He's been slowly getting those frames. So I think he should continue breaking like this and just keep on fighting for to try and close the gap from 4 frames to 3 to 2 to 1. But there's still a long way to go. Let's see if Jordan can back.
Yes, it is important for him to just stay in touch with Caesar and take out his chances. Just want to mention the fact Caesar's ability currently to just see things that the average player don't see, like the plant he played to the middle pocket now. Um, it's not the opener that someone would take. And yes, I think that speaks to the player he is and the level he can play at. He's a really tactically sound player overall. Um, also, his finishing ability is next to none. Yet another beautiful plant he's playing there to the middle pocket. Um, it's just how Caesar is doing it with absolute ease. It speaks a lot to who he is as a player, and I'm in awe sitting here and having to witness it live. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah, well, a bit of a mistake there from Caesar. That ball seems to be leaning into the pocket. I don't know how that ball hasn't fallen, but nonetheless, opportunity presents itself here for Jordan to try and close the gap from 11-7 to at least 11-8.
Jordan taking the tactical approach yet again. think it's a wise option with the black, red, and yellow tied up around the black spot at the moment. And yes, a bit of work for Caesar to do if he does decide to attack this frame. I don't see him doing it from here. Yeah, so let's see what the Scorpion can come up with.
I think they're gonna play yellow and yellow to put the yellow into the middle. Oh, he's changed his mind. He might want to remove that ball as a problem ball. But I think he was comfortable giving Jordan the opportunity back on the table, knowing fully well that he wasn't really going to pot that ball. But to give a opportunity to on the table for a player of Jordan's caliber is very a risky thing to do.
Just a bit unlucky there of Jordan for that red to end up there, but should not be too much of an issue. Um, Thinking about the red ball right next to the black. If he can land a bit straight on that one, he can take this red closest to the top cushion, to the opposite side. So I think he's definitely playing to attack now. He needs to get his pattern right from here. The opportunity is there. Just navigating through it now.
So you can. Jordan there with a brilliant shot, opting to go for the blind pocket cut to try and get the white to attack that red that's nearest to the top cushion there. You'll be hoping here to just nudge the black and give himself an opportunity to pop that red that's also closest to the white ball there. It's a
Jordy
lovely
win.
shot there from Jordan.
I think Jordan is starting to feel himself now. Yeah, he needed just a couple of finishes, and it's important to rake up a few, 3 if he can, depending on the chances. So, yeah, playing well. I think it's just a slight screw back now to get on the red to the bottom left corner pocket. Oh, he played it through. Rolling in the middle pocket and then
It's a beautiful shot there from Jordan. Just now he just has the problem of trying to land in a position where he can pop the black comfortably. The only available pockets really are the top right and right middle pocket. What a beautiful shot there from Jordan. Really. Ceasar showing his appreciation there for that shot with a nice.
That takes the scoreline to 11-8 in favor of Caesar. Jordan just a couple of frames closer at the moment. The crowd is also playing a part in just picking Jordan. I'm sure he's positive within him. He knows exactly if the chances are coming his way that he can get a bit more closer to the Scorpion.
Yeah, a lovely finish there from Jordan to make it 11-8. And I think for him that was a very vital frame to try and keep himself in this. If Caesar were to take that one, to fight back from 12-7 to a race to 15 would have been a tough ask. As a reminder, it is a race to 15 current score. 11 frames to 8 for Caesar. Caesar yet again with an excellent break, giving himself another opportunity on the table. Um, what's your first thoughts here? Yellows, reds?
Well, it depends if the plants go. The two yellows there, the top right, the one he actually played now, it was definitely yellows all the way. And yeah,
Caesar with a lovely opportunity to make it 12-8. Only a real problem ball here is maybe getting onto the 8 ball. You must just try and figure out what ball you'll use to get on that. Maybe the middle pocket ball, the yellow close to the middle pocket.
oh yes, definitely. I just want to get your thoughts on this, Bason. Um, do you think what has been happening in this match, just thought coming from my side is the difference at the moment is the break. Well, Jordan hasn't been breaking well, and that's reflecting in the scoreboard at the moment. And the way he's been breaking the last couple of breaks, I see he's definitely getting the splits he want. Yeah, not as clinical as we know the Scorpion can be, for leaving himself awkward in this frame as well, and a mistake in the previous frame. So yeah, um, I think at the moment the break is definitely the difference between the scoreline. Jordan sitting at 8 and Caesar on 11.
Yeah, I think if Jordan were to have on a good day where his breaks were working, I think this would have been a much closer affair than what it is now. And but for in Jordan's perspective, to be 11-8 while his breaks aren't working is he must take that as a positive thing going forward, because and will give him extra confidence once his breaks start working. Then he will be able to start clearing up during the break and finishes. But now he just has to sit back and just wait for when his opportunities arrive on the table.
Just leave Caesar that one there. Definitely wanted to hide the white between um, the black and the red there, the top pocket. Caesar leaving himself with a beautiful angle to get to the black. I don't know from where we're sitting. Do you think the black is going to that bottom left corner pocket?
I think the previous shot Jordan just played, I think it nudged it to the point where the black no longer goes to that left bottom corner there, so he was forced to try and play into it. Um, but Caesar here left himself in a bit of a tight spot here, not being able to hit his desired ball there, the 8 ball. Let's see what magic he comes up with here.
I think it's important for Caesar to just recognize that Jordan's two reds is tied up there on the cushion, and in playing the shot, they don't want to nudge anything there just to prevent Jordan from actually having a clear chance to taking out this finish if he do miss the black. I think that's a wise option from the Scorpion.
That's a beautiful shot there from the Scorpion, and giving Jordan no real escape to try and hit any of his other raids on towards the top of the table. That's a beautiful shot there from Jordan.
I think he might have left the Scorpion to the top right corner pocket.
Yeah, it's a tough one because Caesar will now have to try and prevent the white ball from going into the pocket also. But it is a chance nonetheless.
yeah, it was always a difficult one to get. Jordan with the opportunity now to take out these reds should just calm himself. This is a very important frame in the context of the match.
Lovely shot there from Jordan, leaving himself there nicely for ball for options for the three reds around.
Jordan is really feeling himself.
Mm.
Just queuing through the white. He left himself a bit awkward, but I don't think there's anything Jordan cannot handle in this one. Just a matter of getting the right position on his last red to get to the black. I think he left himself in a bit of a awkward position yet again.
Yeah, and that's the consequence of running the white around too much around the table. It's nice when it lands, but Jordan there with a beautiful recovery, knocking against the blackboard to make it easier for himself to be able to pot it there. Lovely, lovely finish there from Jordan, and a much needed one to make it 11-9. Um, this is the matchup we've been waiting for, what we're
Ceasar
expecting,
lead 11 frames to 0.
and you can see the
Ceasar
crowd
11 frames
is
to 0.
feels a sense of pride in watching Jordan, one of our own, holding his own currently. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful queuing from Jordan. I think that's definitely should be part of the highlight reels. Him knocking in the last red, taking the black off the cushion. Left himself with a bit of a cut to the corner pocket, but he made it beautifully. That's 3 frames in a row now from Jordan, coming from 11-6 down, making it 11-9. Uh, he would be hoping to get a split. Where's a break when you need one?
I think Jordan will be happy with that. When it's been a tactical frame, Jordan has always, I'll say, 5 times out of 6 he's been taking that frames, and I think Jordan should keep it up. Should keep it up. Turn it into a tactical game. Pool is not about playing nice; it's about winning.
Yes, absolutely agreeing with you. And yes, having the scorpion tied up and not having the ball split beautifully for him to just come to the table and clear it out. We know how clinical Caesar can be. So yes, definitely agreeing with you. In and I'm sure Jordan wouldn't mind having Caesar coming to the table with a split like this. It leaves him with a bit of hard work and obviously a chance to bring Jordan back to the table again. I think that's a beautiful shot from Caesar. Just to be able to control the white, leaving himself with the angle to knock into that cluster in the middle, just over the middle of the of the table. Awkward, very uncharacteristic mistake from Caesar.
Yeah, that's a few mistakes now from Caesar where he's given an opportunity to Jordan, and the difference between this match and the match from yesterday is that Jordan is now taking out the chances that Caesar gives him now, and um, yeah, Caesar should be on the lookout because Jordan seems to be on it today.
I think his intention was to cover the the top right corner pocket here with this one, and he might have just left Caesar with the chance to clear. Caesar playing that one beautifully, holding the white as well. And now with the opportunity to re-establish his three-frame lead over Jordan.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but Jordan kind of rushed into that one, which is something that he's done differently now to how he's been playing. Um, but that's something he needs to control to maintain his composure, because um, that's what's been the contribution for him to be able to take out the finishes when Caesar's given him the chances to.
Yes, definitely, and I think it's a bit of a dopamine rush as well. Um, mentally, just to calm yourself, having after making the three finishes, he just did taking that three points. Um, yes, he would want to get a grip of this match, um, and just stopping Caesar's momentum now. I think the next two frames is really important. He wouldn't want Caesar to get too close to the heel, with him being on 9.
Yeah, current score, Caesar with 12, Jordan win with 9. Raised to 15 at the Ultimate Pool Center venue in Kastelsvlei, Bellville, Cape Town. Um, Please be sure to make your way here if you're able to. And for the viewers, um, thank you for watching. Share the post. Call your friends to come watch, because this is pool excellency being played here.
Jordan with the opportunity. It's a beautiful split. I think he should definitely be looking to go for edge in this one. Ever opener, the one there closest in the bulk line, and he knocks out the. I wouldn't say it was a problem red, but the one of the most trickier ones in this layout. So yeah, I think it's wise from Jordan to identify it as early as possible and then take it out. And now he leaves himself with a chance to make the score 12-10. It's a beautiful shot by Jordan when
From where we sit, we can't exactly see if that red closest to the right center pocket um, goes through to that middle pocket. But we'll see how Jordan decides to play the next two shots. Yeah, it flew in, it flew in. This is a very important frame here for Jordan. It gives him an opportunity to go from 12-9 to 12-10 with his break to follow.
what is important now at the back end of the session, I think, is Jordan needs opportunities of his break now. Uh, Caesar just made a dry break and Jordan punished him. Left a beautiful split. I think it's
Caesar
important for
leads
Jordan
12-10. Jordan
to
correct.
get this break right, especially at this stage of this match. It will be a crucial factor.
Yeah, and as I said, there was a bit of a almost like a bit of a tactical frame there because of the clusters that was there, and Caesar trying to not try Alexis was trying not to engage in it. That's why he was going for the finish. But him trying to force the finish now gave Jordan enough to be able to go for the finish himself.
Jordan getting it right off his break. Can this be a momentum shift in this game? This is a very important frame. This is to get him just in touch with the Scorpion, trying to get the scoreline to 12-11. And yeah, what is the options here for you? Looking at the layout.
I think yellows are looking really nice there.
I think the one closest to the black ball at the moment, or where the red is in between the yellow and the black. You think that is going to the middle pocket?
I think so, yes, but it's a tight one. Ooh,
Take that.
oh, that's very close. Um, but I think he still has that yellow to the middle pocket, the one that he's closest to, and he still has the other one that's closer to the middle pocket. Um,
Beautifully done by Jordan. If he can get the one in the middle pocket, he must take it now. Thinking black in the top left corner pocket just to screw back, or is he coming all the way around to get it in the middle pocket?
Seems like he wants to take it into the middle pocket.
Just left himself in between. He left himself I think he was just in between playing the black to the corner pocket and the middle pocket. It was a tough cut, always
there
going
was
to be a
a
tough
bit of
cut.
a rush of blood there from Jordan.
Absolutely, I agree with you. He just went down and try and played it. He could have taken his time. I also think the option playing it to the corner pocket was definitely on. Um, I that one is gonna sting a bit. And yes, Caesar with the opportunity now to get the scoreline to 13-10. See, Jordan just peeked over to the scoreboard of Caesar, realizing that that was to make it 13, and possibly just reflecting in his mind on the importance of the frame. It's basically just gave to Caesar, and yeah, I hope it doesn't hurt him too much, and that he can get himself and remain positive for the back end of the session.
Yeah, and you can kind of feel there are moments in the session where you feel um, that frame was the one that that moment is where the momentum shifted, and and I think that point there, if Jordan was then able to take that frame, I think would have been a very tight affair going forward. But I think now that was almost the signing off for the match to where it's going to be Caesar's game, unfortunately. But it's moments like that where you need to control yourself. You need to try and make the best judgment. And I think to go for the middle pocket there in that situation, for me, I feel there was a bit of a rush of blood, and he should have taken it to the top corner pocket.
Yes, absolutely. Should have just taken his time there. But I know with the pace he has been playing with, that might have just been a bit of a rush, and also just to our viewers, just to reflect on Jordan's age. He's only 19 years old, and it can be a sign of inexperience as well. Um, but yeah, Caesar now on the table on yellows. Don't know if he will be playing to take this out. I think he left himself beautifully just to nudge that one into the middle pocket and open it up. That was the only yellow tied up. This leaves the frame wide open to Caesar. It's just technically so sound, and I always appreciate just the way he's always in control. Um, a lot of players would have maybe rushed to blast that ball out of out of the reach. But he just nuts it, leave him with a beautiful position to the same middle pocket, and now does black to make it 14.
Yeah, lovely finish there from Caesar Chandinga, the Scorpion. Now that finish there took him to the hill. It's now 14-10, raised to 15. Um, yeah, as I stated there at the beginning of the frame, it's that moment, that singular moment, that I think cost Jordan this session. And unfortunately for him, he's gonna have to pray the poor gods are with him today, and for him to win 5 in a row against Caesar Chandinga, which is a tall ask for anybody. But there's nothing is impossible without God, and let's just hope God is with him.
Yes, definitely a tough ask. Like you mentioned, Caesar still have two breaks left in the session, and we know Caesar can clear of any of his breaks. Also leaving Caesar with an opportunity now. Um, I think he will be looking to attack. I think the only issue he have if he goes yellows, um, would be the one next to the possible opener to the top right corner pocket right now. If he can nudge that one out, he can definitely take out yellows here. And I know Caesar, he will take his time, just making sure that he choose the correct color set, also choosing the correct pattern to play this one. He wouldn't want the session to go on any longer. He's seen Jordan's capabilities, and he would want to keep Jordan away from the table. Do you think the red closest here to the top right pocket, is he going past the yellow?
I think he was trying to give himself a nice angle with the ray that is closest to try and nudge into that ray that's closest to the corner pocket. Um, I think it might go through the way he's playing it.
Oh yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
definitely.
Oh, think you wanted a bit more running there on the white to get that ball to the opposite side corner pocket. Um, I know Caesar, he always wants to take out these difficult balls as early as possible. Still going for it. The Scorpion himself.
What a lovely shot there
And
from
he also
Caesar
left him with
Chandinga.
the angle just to play a bit of running sides and get onto the red closest to the top cushion.
But
Oh,
with that shot there, trying to navigate your way through those three yellows, it was a tough ask. And
I think he should have played to to get in between the yellow and the red, and not that the party has taken. I think that was a much easier one. It was always going to be difficult to get through the three yellows, the line he just played for.
yeah, or even just play it a bit harder to try and give himself the opportunity to, maybe even if he knocks one of their ball, he gives himself enough to be able to see it at least.
Jordan opting to play safe there. I don't think he left Caesar with anything. I think he's totally snookered.
Has he called total? No, it doesn't matter. He made contact with his ball, also hitting the cushion. As a result, no foul.
I I have a good feeling about the current layout. What Jordan is having here. He would want to make absolutely sure um, on the scoreline, but I think all the yellows have a pocket, and yeah, with his abilities outside of the pressure he's currently carrying with Caesar being on the heel, he should be able to take this one out.
Yeah, a great opportunity here for Jordan. And I'm not sure if that yellow closest to the red by the bulk area. If it passes through to the corner, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it from where we're sitting. Oh, it went clean through. Lovely shot there from Jordan. Um,
I think the key one now is playing the one that's on the left hand side of the table, closest to the cushion, as early as you can. Um, Unless he's keeping it for last because it is closest to the black. I think that's definitely his vision at the moment.
yeah, you play that a bit in a funny way, you know. Overrunning the white there for one of the yellows in the top right corner, one of the three yellows. But player of Jordan's quality should be able to handle this and, you know, give himself enough to be able to go for this finish.
Jordan just playing percentage, didn't do much with the white. Just a follow through now for Jordan to get onto his last yellow, leaving it close to the black. Um, Opportunity now for Jordan to just pinch one back and to stay in the fight just a little longer.
Yeah, he would have liked the white ball just to come bounce back just off the cushion a little bit. But he accepted the shot for what it was and played it beautifully into the corner pocket.
Jordan win, not bowing out, just getting another one. Um, just hoping that Caesar would feel him. In the finish, he just took out. It leaves the scoreline with 14-11. Um, Caesar to break.
Yes, what Caesar to break. Yeah, it's the matchup that we expected, that we were hopeful for. You know, not just one player running away with it. And I think on any other day, the score lines could have been switched to from frame one to about this eighth frame. Jordan's break, he was struggling with his break, and he had to constantly adapt and change to where it gave himself an opportunity. But if Caesar continues to break down his break and Jordan is able to take that opportunity, and clear up, we could be looking at a 14-14 here in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I for one would be hoping for that.
absolutely. And I know for a fact the longer Jordan stays in this one, the more the crowd will get involved. And yeah, he would want for a couple opportunities to lay his way, and he have one right in front of his eyes now, and yeah, I think he will definitely opt to play yellows, the opener right over the top right corner pocket. Doesn't have anything awkward in this layout. I think it's just the one that's not really tied up next to the red. The one is nudging now. I think he played it beautifully.
Yes, he knows that enough to be able to pocket that into the middle pocket again. Um, but yeah, he left himself in a bit of a tight spot here because the only ball he's able to see and pot is the one um, that his cue is closest to, and from there on, he doesn't really have a ball to be able to to comfortably pot it. I think, you will have to go for the one that's closest to the red on the opposite middle pocket.
Do you think that the just the yellow closest to the black spot might just be going to the middle pocket passing that black?
I think he can knock into the black and maybe pot it, but I don't think it's a direct. Doesn't have a direct path into the middle pocket unless he's going for the one next to it.
Jordan playing for a long pot there and he played it beautifully. Left himself a bit awkward. I think he have a plant on um, to the one he nudged earlier. To the left hand side, the middle pocket. Uh, if he does make it, it should be a straightforward. Because remember, the red is also just gonna hold the yellow. Um, if he do make the plant, beautifully
What a
played by
lovely,
Jordan.
what a lovely plant there from Jordan. It's a testament to his character to be able to fight while knowing that his opponent is on the hill. It's something to appreciate.
I don't think it's a bad outcome. Just a bit of awkward queuing there from Jordan. Just a slight mistake, but yeah, I think Caesar will be playing safely. The best thing Jordan can do for himself in this frame is not to commit the foul, leaving Caesar with the free shot. So
I think Jordan's only saving grace here is the red um, close to the top cushion, and I think Caesar might be playing to remove that red closest to in the top cushion, and then maybe laying another snooker to then remove Jordan's yellow off the table.
yeah, he
Yeah.
wouldn't want to do anything prematurely and knock in the yellow over the pocket of Jordan and then leave himself awkward. So I think definitely the right thing to do. He played another snooker. Oh no,
Maybe
it's his
shot.
free shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caesar Chandinga, ladies and gentlemen. When you think he should be doing something else, he does exactly what he plans on doing, making sure it ties up that yellow even more while also removing his red off the top cushion, leaving Jordan with a difficult snooker here. And I think it left him to where if he tries to go forward, he might actually swim. The white ball might actually go in after the contact. Um, but I think his best option is to maybe swerve in between those two reds. Potentially, might even pot it. But this frame looks like it's Caesar Chandinga's.
Caesar now being on the heel with the opportunity to finish the matchup. Um, uh, just just a bit of awkward white for Caesar there. I don't know if the red is going to the middle pocket from where the white is. Is he opting to play safe? Caesar.
Jordan here with an unexpected chance on the table. Many players fall into that trap of, when the balls are in the open, this the opponent's ball is not in the way. You normally take it for granted, and I think that's what happened there was he didn't get enough of a pace on the white ball to be able to leave himself for that raid over the middle pocket. Um, but let's see what Jordan does here.
Jordan just playing another percentage shot. I think he left Caesar with nothing, but obviously an option to play safe now. I think he will opt to just hide the white behind the red that is currently over the top left corner pocket. Got a double kiss there, left Jordan with the opportunity.
One of the hardest things in pool that many and pool enthusiasts maybe don't realize is that trying to get over the hill is one of the hardest things to do. That crossing the line is harder than any other point.
Jordan is just staying in the match. He loves to fight another frame with the scoreline currently being 14-12.
Caesar lead 14 points to 12, race to 15.
Jordan just opting for the tap break there. He wouldn't want any open split, trying to keep the game tied up. Don't know if it is a wise decision, knowing how technically sound Caesar is, but I think he would want as many chances as possible coming to the table in the back end of the session and try to set him up for his finishes. But I don't think Caesar wouldn't mind playing a tactical battle at this stage because I've seen his capabilities and what he can do in technical matches. Jordan just with two strokes he opened this frame wide up. Jordan went on a rage with a good opportunity. I think his next shot is definitely the one closest to the black to the middle pocket. He played that. Think he just got the red to the middle pocket with where the white is laying. Yes, he is through.
I think he just has to swerve it just a little bit. Oh no, yeah.
Jordan just needs to take his time now with this one. Um, from the break, he opted for the tap break to be able to identify the opportunity to go for game in this one. I think it's it shows his maturity as a youngster, and this black now for 14-13.
Oh, that's a very tough miss for Jordan there. Um, a difficult miss there for Jordan to take. But that's the nature of the game. We were almost treated to a spectacular finish there. You know, I think that was just a bit of excitement took over there, and it's tough.
A stroke of Caesar yet again. He's playing that side so beautifully just to kill the white.
And that for you, Caesar Chandinga winning 15-12. Jordan shouldn't be ashamed at all. He played really well and fought to the end, which is what the fans wanted. And he should have held his head up high. He outdid himself. And well played there, Jordan. And of course, well played there, Caesar Chandinga,
Yes,
taking the
no.
first singles match in Cape Town.
See you guys.
Oh, yeah, with Caesar Chandinga.